Do you know where variables live in memory when your C++ program runs? When a C++ program runs, memory is divided into four main regions: code segment, global and static data segment, stack, and heap. The code segment stores the compiled machine code of your program. These are the actual instructions that the CPU executes. This part of memory holds global and static variables which exist throughout the program's execution. The stack is where local variables and function calls are stored. When a function is called, its local variables are pushed onto the stack, and when the function returns, they are popped off automatically. We will understand this more in just a bit. The heap is where dynamically allocated memory lives. Now let's understand all these regions with the help of a program. Global variable b is stored in the global static region, and this can be accessed across the whole program. Then, execution starts from the main function. For main function, a stack frame is created on stack, and everything related to main will exist in this frame. A stack frame is a section of the stack dedicated to a particular function call. Inside main, a variable a is assigned value 10 and added to the frame. Then the function add is called with parameters a and b. A new frame is created for add function. Inside add function, we create a new variable result which is also stored in this frame, and result is returned. Each function call creates a new frame, and once the function finishes, its frame is completely removed from the stack, reclaiming the memory. So this frame for add function is popped out after return. Back in main, result is stored in the stack, printed, and then main finishes with return statement. This means main function is also popped out of stack. Throughout this execution, we never manually allocate or free memory. The stack handled it automatically. Now, if I create a pointer p, and to create it on heap, I use new keyword. New int dynamically allocates memory for an integer on the heap. So 4 bytes of memory is allocated. P is a pointer that stores the memory address of this allocated integer. P is stored in the stack and will point to the memory in heap. Now, if I reassign the pointer by p is equals to new int with value 10, p now points to a new memory location on the heap which stores the value 10. But what about the previously allocated memory? The previous memory block allocated by new int is still reserved in the heap memory. However, we lost the address of that memory because p now points elsewhere. Since there is no way to free that memory now, it remains allocated indefinitely, causing memory leak. With large data structures or while using recursions, memory leaks can cause high memory usage, slowing down, or even crashing the program. To prevent this, we must manually free memory using delete. Before assigning new memory or when the previous memory is no longer needed, use delete. It is a good practice to assign null to the pointer after deletion. A dangling pointer is a pointer that refers to a memory location that has been already freed. Setting p is equals to null pointer ensures that it doesn't point to invalid memory. To allocate dynamic array, we use square bracket and give the size of array. This allocates space for 5 integers on the heap, that is 20 bytes. PARR is a pointer that stores the address of the first element of this array. The array itself lives in the heap, but pointer is stored in the stack. You can assign values to the array and access them just like a regular array. So a for loop and square brackets will do the trick. Using delete on an array only frees the first element's memory. Delete with square brackets ensures the entire allocated block is freed properly. In modern C++, we have smart pointers that make memory management easier. In the next video, we will learn that.